Morning. We continuing our hurricane preparedness week, and we want to make sure that we are covering all of our bases.
Yeah, if you own a business, big or small, you need to be ready there as well. 10 Tampa Bay's Jenny Dean talking with an expert about what you need to do now.
One of the first things that you need to do, whether you own a business or even for your own home, is to review your insurance policy. Things can change at any time. And it's also important to know if you need flood coverage, because a lot of policies don't include that. And also check your flood zone.
Jonathan Moore is an architect and the president of InVision Advisors. He says work from the inside out and start by taking an inventory of your stuff.
Grab your phone, video it. Doesn't take long to do. Open the drawers, quick shot. Open the next drawer, quick shot. Good pano around the room. So again, if the worst happens, you have that documentation.
Next, take a look at your windows.
You want to make sure that debris is cleaned from all of your window areas, making sure that that water can flow out. You also want to make sure that there are no trees touching, blowing up against the windows.
Then check out what types of things are on the floor and near those windows.
Water will wick in carpet, so if there's a leak at that window, it's very likely that the water could go to here because of that sponge action. So we want to assume everything on the floor is going to get wet.
That's why it's important to move any important items off the floor and away from windows before a storm. Next, head outside and walk around the building.
So we want to look at our surrounding properties and maybe what our neighbors have on their property that could blow into ours and could damage, could hit our windows, could hit our building.
Also, check around the foundation.
You know, looking for any cracks that look out of the ordinary.
And if you see something concerning, get it checked out before the storm.
Keep in mind that it's important to do these things right now when there's not a hurricane threatening. That's because you'll be ready, and it'll make it easier on yourself and everyone else if you're not out rushing around trying to gather materials to protect yourself from the storm.
Yeah,
In Tampa, Jenny Dean, 10 Tampa Bay.
Materials that are often not there at that point, too, and everybody else is
Yes.
under the same stress and grabbing the water and grabbing all the hardware for it. Jonathan also says to appoint an emergency preparedness coordinator. That's someone who can make a checklist around the company, get it done, and then coordinate with other employees as a hurricane approaches. So delegate now so you don't have to do it later.
Hopefully we don't have to worry about it all this year, but it is still good to be
Can we
prepared.
knock on wood somewhere?
Yeah. And we're due for a quiet season, right? Last year was busy.
I'm finding wood right now. You're making me nervous.
There you go. We
Knocking
got the
on
knock.
wood. We're
You didn't
good.
hear it. We got it. We're all good there. So it's not going to happen now. That is the good news.